The Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen were taking on Patrick Mahomes in a huge game at home. Bills Mafia went crazy, and they beat the Chiefs 28-21. A huge game in the conference. Big for Allen to beat Mahomes, although he is 5-1 in his regular season career against Mahomes. And Bills Mafia, one of the most popular articles that I made about the Bills, actually the most popular, was when I said the Bills defense is going to hold them back. You got me. I may be wrong. The Bills defense was able to hold Mahomes to only 250 yards, and he missed 19 passes and looked flustered all game. And they showed that they are good enough to be Super Bowl winners. What is up, Bills Mafia? Thank you guys for watching this episode. We'll get right back into it. But real quick, if you go to my page and you look under this playlist, we have everything from each team this year, including for you guys Bills fans, the entire Bills videos. Every team in the NFL is here. Please check them out to see what I've thought about your team throughout the season. And for the Bills, as we see, hey, you guys gotta check that one out, man. Chef work, me sitting there with the pan. And as well, the Bills have issues. This started a diatribe and a lot of comments. So check that out if you can see why Bills fans are mad at me. And this is why that win for the Bills was so big. As you look at the standings, they would have been, if they lost, 5-3. So right down here, tied with the Jags and possibly out of the playoffs at the moment. Remember, 7 teams make the playoffs. But right now, instead, it's the Chiefs, and they hold a tiebreaker over them. So that is big for them going forward. They are right now second in the division, which is why they're 5th. But you know what I mean? 6-2, you're still right there. And it's definitely all in front of them as far as the conference. The entire conference is at play now because the Colts have just 2 wins. And the Patriots, the team they are chasing, that will be the toughest part. Because the Patriots beat them. So a lot hanging on a game in New England later in the season, and we'll show you guys a look at that. But no one else really in the division of threat. But yeah, if we look at this one more time, yeah, the Bills, big win, 5th right now in the conference. And if they can just get over the Pats, they are right there with everyone else in the conference. Woohoo! We got it for you guys, man. Here we are. The Bills' schedule, they've beaten the Ravens, which obviously not really in play. And you look down schedule, bunch of tomato cans. That loss to the Patriots kind of hurt, but that's a big win against the Chiefs. They haven't played a lot of teams in the AFC race, and they kind of don't throughout this entire year. If you look, Bucks, that's a tough game, but that's in a different conference. Dolphins. So the Chiefs are really the one opportunity they had to kind of gain some ground, unless the Steelers, I guess, are a wild card team at some point, or the Ravens. The Ravens are coming up, but beating the Ravens, that's a good win as well. But as you see, Week 15, that's the big one. Yes, you get the Dolphins coming up, and yes, the Bucks game big. Houston, those are some good teams. But Week 15, they need to win that game against the Patriots, and a big game as well against the Eagles. Week 17, that's going to be a tough game. Same with the Bucks. So interested to see, obviously, where they go the rest of the year, but that's why that was such a big win for them to get that and really get that tiebreaker over the. And special shout out to our comment of the day that was nothing. Bills Mafia, you're gone quiet on me. We need you back. We need you involved. Shoot us a comment. If you have the best comment in our thing, which so far a lot of times it's only comment, you will get a shout out in comment of the day. Let's get into it. The Bills defense was incredible in this game. They came in number 2 in pass defense, and I was really interested in seeing if that was real, because the last number 2 that I remember, they were number 2 for a while because they played kind of a similar schedule to the Bills. Not a lot of great quarterbacks. That was the Minnesota Vikings. So I was interested because the Bills aren't one of the top end pass rushing teams in the NFL. If that passing defense was real, because I considered them, just in my head, a team with slow corners. But watching them start to finish in this game, I got a new sense. Hairston stayed with Worthy straight up down the field. That was impressive. Tre'Davious White isn't as big of a part of the game plan. Instead, they have Hairston, who came in, I think, recently. Their pass rush, they lost the guy, I forget his name, Noach. But the pass rush was good as well. Bosa got in there, and they really were hounding Mahomes all game, and it seemed like they were leading to this. And again, this is why we look up the numbers. I'm wrong. Pass rush-wise, they are 6th in the league with 3.1 sacks. A couple teams around that area, but a clear established top 10 pass rush. They're about 0.4 sacks away from Detroit, who is right now number 2 in the league. So they are one of the best pass rushing units in the league. I overlooked that fact looking at this game. Now, I would have still probably taken the Chiefs. I did take the Chiefs to win, by the way, Bills Mafia. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me, man. But I did do it because I just thought Mahomes is just going to beat Allen, but he doesn't do it in the regular season. And the defense this game was just unbelievable. I mean, forcing Mahomes to 19 misses is huge. Their running defense, we know that they have some flaws run defensively. However, they've built this team for the Chiefs, and the Chiefs couldn't figure it out. And right now, the Bills are ranked 9th in the league in points allowed per game, allowing 20. And so even though their run defense right now is 28th, allowing 141, that would give you more problems, you'd think, against a team like the Ravens. And we saw what the Ravens could do running the football on them. But they came back and beat the Ravens too. The Patriots don't really run the ball. Maybe that's a problem against the Colts. But I would trust their offense. And I would trust if you can get the Colts to throw, that passing defense against them, just based off of what Danny Dimes, how he just imploded against the Steelers this week. And really the story of the game, the guy who kept popping off the screen, Cole Bishop, was everywhere. I mean, my goodness, dude. He just forced so many deflections. The defense made huge plays, even when they got cooked. I think they were up 20-10 at the point, 21-10. Even when they let up a big throw to Hollywood Brown, they kept him out of the end zone, and then were able to keep the Chiefs out of the end zone on 3 straight plays. Bishop just making huge plays on 3rd down, 4th down, in the red zone, 3rd and goal, and they were all deflections, and he was just flying to make plays out there. I believe, I'm going to look this up again, I think he led them in tackles as well. He left the game for a little bit at one point, and you're like, oh no, if Cole Bishop can't go, they're in a lot of trouble. So he jumped off of the screen this game, and really is a strong safety, a guy flying around. I wonder how long he's been in the league. I remember his name. Yeah, he had 7 tackles, 4 pass deflections is crazy in one game, especially considering who he's going up against this Chiefs offense, which had scored 28 or more points, I believe, in 4 straight games, and looked very, very good. Bishop's actually only 23. So that is something that I thought that they were lacking, that maybe they have more than I've been looking into them. You know what I mean? This is my first year watching every game. This is the first time I got to see this matchup. Bishop at 23 was out there making huge plays, and that is what their defense needed. They also got pressure. The addition of Bosa was huge in this game. He just kept applying pressure to him. They sent a blitz in Benford that got there. They weren't stagnant in their defense. They were mixing up the looks, not afraid of Mahomes and not just sitting back and letting him cook, but really causing disruption. And again, the 5 hits that Bosa had, he was just consistently there. Espinoza got 2 hits as well. They had 15 hits on Mahomes. That does not happen considering how fast Mahomes is. And so far this year, his line has been good. Now, his line was a little banged up this game, but that was really impressive what they did. Michael Hoach did leave the game. He started making some plays late, so you hope that his injury isn't there, because they have a really, really good committee of defensive ends who go out there, of tackles who go out there and make plays. And it was impressive to watch, because if the back end can do that, if you have Bishop out there and you get that front end, this defense is much better than I thought. Now, they do have issues run defensively. However, it's hard to build a perfect team, and if they can do what they did offensively, which offensively, man, Josh Allen was really good. I want to say great. He only missed 3 passes. Josh Allen, for some reason, there's just some times where just against the Chiefs, it just looks strange. So my apologies. I'm still getting used to watching him on a game-to-game basis. But I just remember that Falcons game he did some wild stuff. And it looks one way, but this game, no turnovers. You can't knock him. No, Josh Allen was great. I'll say it. He only missed 3 passes, right? He has his little idiosyncrasies. He had a couple plays where he was just running for his life. I thought he panicked a little bit. But however, if you panic like that and you don't turn the ball over and you just take a sack, that's not the worst thing in the world. So even though he got sacked 3 times, that was really good. Continued to find Kincaid, and Dalton Kincaid was cooking. By the way, Josh Allen also had that little flip that worked. He looked like me out there playing flag football with the homies. Incredible play to like flip it 15 yards and get a huge completion. And again, Kincaid was the number 1 receiver. He just kept feeding him. Kincaid back from injury a couple weeks ago, but this was just his game. I think that the game plan from Joe Brady was amazing as well. They ran Josh on a great quarterback call, 3rd and 2. By the way, shout out Josh, getting better at the tush push, getting better at the QB sneak, which was a big reason they lost the Chiefs last year. He got 2 rushing touchdowns, and they needed him, and he really made. You got to get in the end zone, right? He made those plays. Kid out there was eating, and James Cook, man, this guy's a monster, man. 114 rushing yards. He had an 11-yard catch as well. 27 rushes. He didn't get any touchdowns, right? Allen kept stealing his touchdowns, making me mad. But the Bills are the number 1 running offense in the league, and it showed up again. They just stuck with it. Joe Brady did. 35 rushes, 141. I know he can be very conservative. He cannot let Josh maybe play the way we want him to play, but this is how you got to play sometimes to beat the Chiefs. You have got to run the football and take advantage when you can. And this game, they really made a case of doing it. But the way that they attacked early, to me, set the tone. They went out, boom, 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 touchdown. And it was impressive stuff. The Chiefs are the number 3 scoring defense in the league. I think that they might have some flaws, but a lot of teams can't figure it out, and a lot of teams don't have their weapons. And the Chiefs, 13th in the league at stopping the run. That's pretty good. So it's pretty impressive that they were able to do that, and they're 6th at stopping the pass. But in this game, the Bills were able to carve them completely up. And I really like the change up again, Joe Brady, that they made, going no huddle, getting down the field, getting to like the 10-yard line, and then going no huddle, running some quick plays. They would go under center runs because they wouldn't give the Chiefs really a chance to switch their personnel. It was really, really impressive stuff and good football, man, that they added in that wrinkle because now my only issue with adding it in now is you're not going to catch them as much off guard with it if you were to play them in the playoffs. But I like it, man. Just hey, if they can adjust in the playoffs, they adjust. But you needed this win. They went out, they got it. An impressive win for the Bills. I hate to say this, Bills fans. I'm still taking the Chiefs if they were to play in the playoffs. But I do think you guys right now proved you're the better team. I'm only doing that because of the history of it. I think if the defense can stay healthy at the cornerback position, and you get Bosa, big thing too, getting in there, getting more. This is what they wanted Vaughn to be. Just a big game pass rusher. Can you make some plays? Can you add another dimension with all these young guys, with all these rotational pieces? He was able to do that, and if he is able to do that now, big thing too, with a nice 2.5 lead over the Chiefs, you now look in good position to have home field over them in the playoffs. You really do want to get that division. So those Patriots games are going to be huge. But yeah, let me take another look at the schedule for the Bills going forward. I mean, you can't overstate how big this win was. It was huge. I didn't think they were gonna do it, and they did it. So shout out the Bills. They need some switch ups going in the playoffs, but next up after that big game, you get the Dolphins. Don't sleep on the Dolphins completely, but they should go out and smoke them. And then, like we talked about, you get the Buccaneers and the Houston Texans and the Steelers. Those are 3 very interesting games. You gotta stay consistent through that stretch. You still have some tough games. Patriots remaining, Eagles remaining. So this game does not clear you in the woods at all. Does not enter you I think you're in the upper echelon, but a couple teams beat the Chiefs. I mean, the Jags beat the Chiefs, right? It's a big game for you guys. But you're going to have some tougher, I think, opponents ahead. Maybe not tougher than the Chiefs, but some tough opponents ahead that will add dimensions, that will be able to attack the run defense like we've seen them be attacked before. So I'm interested how they can adjust to those teams going forward. But a big win again for the Bills. Impressive win from Josh Allen, McDermott, Joe Brady on the offensive end, McDermott defensively, scheme-wise, Cole Bishop, Joey Bosa. Those guys were phenomenal out there on Sunday, and a real impressive win from the Bills. And I will be interested in watching what they do throughout this entire back half of the season. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please watch some of the other videos on the site. I've created a playlist with each and every football team, and every week we will be going over those games. I'm really loving this, enjoying it, and hoping you guys are as well. Of course, like, subscribe, and if anyone wants to sponsor, we're looking for Lumia Sports Productions is looking for sponsors. Shout us out. We will shout you out during the video. Thank you guys again for watching. Have a great day. Enjoy.